Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. We from Group 8 are going to present the result of financial analysis that we performed on GDEX Berhad and Tiong Logistic Holding Berhad, NOOR HAZIMAH Binti HABEHANIFAH. So, without further ado, let's start. In this report, we decided to perform an analysis on GDEX Berhad and Tiong Logistic Holding Berhad financial statement from 2017 to 2019. I will present the business nature of these two companies. GDEX Berhad, formerly known as GDEX Express Carrier Berhad, is a Malaysia-based investment holding company. GDEX Berhad is engaged in the provision of express delivery service, logistics service, and property investment holding. In terms of business offering, the company has also moved into the area to customize logistics solution for customers who outsource their warehousing, inventory management, bulk breaking and repacking, shipment, transportation, and good handling needs. The company segments are express delivery, logistics, and property investment. Its domestic express carrier service include next day delivery service, same day delivery service, diplomatic service, bulk service, reverse charge service, delivery order return service, late pickup, and early deliveries. GDEX Berhad realized that it was the overall efficiency that customers would be measuring the company performance and hence the need for a company-wide quality program. So, the company has launched a company-wide program that was suitable for their target customer who enjoyed doing online shopping. Next, the business nature of Tiong Logistic Holding Berhad is Tiong Logistic Holding Berhad provides transportation and warehousing service through its subsidiary. The company also engaged into property development business. The activities include property letting, provision of courier, management of cold room storage, and related service. The company was incorporated in 1989 and is based in Johor Bahru. Tiong Logistic Holding Berhad started out as a small-scale cargo business handling consolidated cargo and micro-distribution within Malaysia. The company ventured into commercial and industrial property development for warehouse and factories. Tiong Logistic offer e-commerce logistics instance and commenced operation to their customers. Not only in Malaysia, they start to expand their business across the border into Singapore and start their cross-border transportation and customers brokerage service. Not only they did get listed on KLSE, Tiong Logistic Holding Berhad start their reefer trucking division and extended their reach into Thailand. Now, Tiong Logistic Holding Berhad open Vietnam and Chinese branches and start the Asian cross-border trucking deliveries.
Hi madam, my name is Lanting Cheng. My matric number is A1980237. Now I would like to present my part, which is liquidity ratio. The first one is current ratio. The formula for current ratio is current asset over current liability. The higher the ratio, the better the company's liquidity position. In 2017, current ratio of GDEX Carrier Berhad is 14.15 times and it reduced for the next 2 years, which is 10.16 times for years 2018 and 7.59 for years 2019. For the Tiong Logistic Holding Berhad in years 2017, the current ratio is 1.18 times. In years 2018 is 0.69 times and in years 2019 is 0.59 times. Both firms did not show a good liquidity position in these 3 years. While in the result on the vertical report, GDEX Express Carrier Berhad and Tiong Logistic Holding Berhad shows a big different value of current ratio. Both companies shows a decreasing result. So the second ratio is quick ratio. The formula for quick ratio is current asset minus inventory over current liability. Quick ratio is the overall liquidity of a firm to be analyzed. The greater than 1 of quick ratio, the better the company financial health. For the GDEX Carrier Berhad, the quick ratio in years 2017 is 14.0 10.09 times. It decreased to 10.13 times in year 2018, and in years 2019 is 7.55 times. While for Tiong Logistics Holding Berhad, the quick ratio is 0.87 times in year 2017 and 0.7 times in years 2018, and decreased to 0.66 times in years 2019. A result of greater than 1, it is considered to be the normal quick ratio, which it is in good shape can settle pay their current liability. Tiong Logistics Holding Berhad has lower liquidity that makes harder for the company to pay its creditor on time, and the company is suffering from financial trouble. While for the GDEX Courier, Berhad can pay off all of its current liability with quick asset and still have some quick asset left over. The third ratio is inventory turnover. The formula for inventory turnover is cost of goods sold over inventory. Inventory turnover indicates the rate at which a company sells and repays its stock of goods during a particular period. In 2017, the inventory turnover of GDEX Courier Berhad is 25.35 times, and it increased to 45.74 times in years 2018. In years 2019, the inventory turnover of GDEX Courier Berhad decreased to 39.24 times, while the inventory turnover of Tiong Logistics Holding Berhad was 1.47 times, and it decreased to 1.08 times in years 2018. The inventory turnover of Tiong Logistics Holding Berhad increased to 1.17 times in years 2019. In horizontal report, it shows that GDEX Courier Berhad is more stable compared to Tiong Logistics Holding Berhad. While in vertical report, the inventory turnover of GDEX Courier Berhad more than 20 times and above, while Tiong Logistics Holding Berhad just more than 1 time and above only. So this shows that GDEX Courier Berhad is more stable than Tiong Logistics Holding Berhad.
My name is Tan Sing Lee. My metric number is A19A0928. The slide shows the average collection period. The formula average collection period is account receivable divided by the daily sales. The GDEX Courier Berhad has 72.66 days in 2017, 63.55 days in 2018, and 59.94 days in 2019. While the Tiong Logistics Holding Berhad has 138.76 days in 2017, 122.05 days in 2018, and 150.79 days in 2019. The next slide shows the horizontal report and vertical report of average collection period. Next, the slide shows the account receivable turnover. The formula account receivables turnover is annual credit sales divided by the account receivables. The GDEX Courier Berhad has 5.02 times in 2017, 5.74 times in 2018, and 6.09 times in 2019. While the Tiong Logistics Holding Berhad has 2.63 times in 2017, 2.99 times in 2018, and 2.42 times in 2019. The next slide shows the horizontal report and vertical report of account receivable turnover. After that, the slide shows the net working capital. The formula net working capital is current asset minus current liabilities. The GDEX Courier Berhad has 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 7, 8, 7, 4 ringgit in 2017. 339301205 ringgit in 2018, and 325405137 ringgit in 2019. But the Tiong Logistics Holding Berhad has 2004500 ringgit in 2017, minus 1964200 ringgit in 2018, and minus 5871700 ringgit in 2019. The next slide shows the horizontal report and vertical report of net working capital. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Yasmin Binti Rusli. My metric number is A19B1178. I will be presenting on the capital structure ratios. The first one is debt ratio. The formula for debt ratio is total liabilities divided by total assets times 100%. The second one is debt to equity, which is long-term liabilities divided by total equity times with 100. Debt ratio measures the proportion of the firm's assets that are financed by borrowing or debt financing. A debt ratio greater than 1 tells you that a company has more debt than assets. Meanwhile, a debt ratio that is less than 1 indicates that a company has more assets than debt. Horizontal analysis. GDEX faced 10.85% in 2017 of debt ratio. Then it increased to 13.20% in 2018, and it ultimately increased in 2019 with 13.76%. Meanwhile, Tiong faced 59.5% in the 2017. It increased to 60.38 in 2018 and drastically increased 62.27% in 2019. Although the amount of increment are small between the years, the debt ratio of the company becoming higher and higher every year, and it shows that the company have more risk in debt of borrowing. As for the vertical analysis, based in the graph, Tiong Logistics Holding Berhad have a higher debt ratio compared to GDEX throughout the 3 years, where the company faced debt ratio that exceed the 0.6. Meanwhile, GDEX has a stable debt ratio that was below 0.4. Debt to equity. Debt to equity is a financial ratio that indicates the relative proportion of shareholders' equity and debt used to finance a company's asset. Closely related to leveraging, the ratio is also known as risk. As for the horizontal analysis, we can see that GDEX faced 6% in 2017. And it increased in 2018 by 7%. In 2019, it drastically decreased to 5.6%. Meanwhile, Tiong Logistics Holding Berhad faced 86.8% in 2017, decreased in 2018 by 81.9%, and it increased to 86.8% again in 2019. Next is the vertical analysis, which in 2017, the debt of equity for GDEX Carrier Berhad was 6%. Meanwhile, Tiong Logistics Holding Berhad is at 86.8%. In 2018, GDEX has increased to 7%, while Tiong ratio has decreased to 81.9%. In 2019, the ratio for GDEX has decreased to 5.6%, and Tiong has growth back to 86.8%. There are huge difference between these two companies. This shows that GDEX has a better management in controlling the debt rather than Tiong which has higher percentage of debt ratio and debt to equity ratio. Thank you.
My name is Chuan. My matrix number is A19801004. For my part, we're talking about the asset management efficiency ratios. For this part, have two things, that is fixed asset turnover and total asset turnover. Fixed asset turnover is sales divided by total fixed asset, and total asset turnover is sales divided by total asset. This is the table for fixed asset turnover. As you can see, the GD Express Carrier Berhad had a higher fixed asset turnover. This means that the GD Express Carrier Berhad had the ability to generate sales from its fixed asset compared to Tiong. Horizontal report. As you can see in the table, the GDEX fixed asset turnover had decreased year by year. It means that the company might not efficiently generate sales from its fixed asset, while the fixed asset turnover of Tiong shows that had increasement at the year of 2018. This means that the company efficiently utilized fixed asset to generate sales. While in the year of 2019, the ratio had decreased. This means that the efficiencies of utilized fixed asset to generate sales had decreased. Vertical report. In this report, we had made comparison year by year for these two companies. The table shows that GDEX has a higher ratio than Tiong for these 3 years. This shows that the GDEX has a much better management skill in managing their fixed asset compared to Tiong. This is the table for total asset turnover, and for these two companies, they have increasement for the year of 2018 and decreasement at the 2019. Horizontal report. The graph of GDEX and Tiong shows that had increasement at the year of 2018. This means that the company had efficiently using its asset to generate revenue in 2018, while in the year of 2019, they failed to efficiently generate the revenue from its existing asset. Vertical report. In this report, we have made some comparison year by year for these two companies. The graph shows that GDEX has a higher ratio than Tiong for these 3 years. This means that the GDEX can efficiently generate the assets to revenue if compared to Tiong.
Hi madam, my name is Jian and my card matrix number is A19A1118. Today I will present for the part 5, which is profitability ratios. At here, they have gross profit margin, net profit margin, return on asset, return on equity, and also operating profit margin. For the gross profit margin, formula is gross profit divided by sales. For the net profit margin, formula is net income divided by sales. Well, for the return on assets, the formula is earning after tax divided by total assets and times 100%. For the return on equity, the formula is earning after tax divided by total equity times 100%. Well, for the operating profit margin, the formula is operating income or EBIT divided by sales times 100%. These are the ratios in profitability ratios. Well, now I will present for the gross profit margin. The gross profit calculation is revenue minus direct cost and also staff cost. Here is the gross profit calculation, and beside it is gross profit margin calculation. So for the horizontal report, we know that gross profit margin is have in two companies. For the GDEX Express Courier Berhad, there is 31.58%, 30.90%, and also 20.40% each year. Well, for the Tiong Logistics is 26.4%, 22.94%, and also 17.36% in these 3 years. So in vertical report, we can see that these two companies in gross profit margin is same situation, which is GDEX Express Courier Berhad is more than Tiong Logistics in these 3 years, which is 2017, 2018, and also 2019. Well, for the next is net profit margin, and this is the calculation for net profit margin between the two companies. In horizontal report, we can see that GDEX Express Korea Berhad have the net profit margin with 0.15 in 2017 years, 0.08 in 2018 years, and also 0.103 in 2019 years. Well, for the Tiong Logistics Holding Berhad is 0.14 in 2070 years, 0.05 in 2018 years, and also 0.00102 in 2019 years. Well, for the vertical report is net profit margin, that's GDEX more than Tiong Logistics, but in 2019 there has a big difference between two companies. For the return on assets, which is ROA, this is the calculation of GDEX company and also Tiong company. For the return on assets horizontal report, we can see that GDEX Express in 2017 is 7.73. It dropped to 4.54 in 2018 years and increased in 2019 with 5.85. Well, for the Tiong Logistics is 5.01 in 2017 years, dropped to 1.8 in 2018, and continuous drop to 0.05 in 2019. So, for the vertical report is two companies have a big difference between the return on assets, which is GDEX have 7.73 and Tiong only have 5.01 in 2017 years. But in 2018 years, two companies is dropped to 4.54 and also 1.8. Luckily for GDEX company will increase to 5.58 in 2019 years, but Tiong is continuous drop to 0.05, which is the lowest in 2019 years. That's all for my part. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and good day to doctor and my group mates. My name is AINAMARDHIAH SALSABILA Binti ASHRAF and my metric number is A19B1176. So I will proceed with return on equity. So for horizontal analysis, for GDEX Express, return on equity on 2017 is 8.64%, decreased to 5.25% in 2018 and increased by 6.78% in 2019. Meanwhile, for Tiong Logistics Berhad for 2017 is 12.47%, decreased to 4.41% in 2018 and dropped down to 0.09% in 2019. So for vertical analysis, according to the graph, the GDEX shows their performance is more better than Tiong. This shows that the return on equity in GDEX Express is more stable than Tiong Logistics Holding Berhad. Next is operating profit margin. We start with horizontal analysis. For GDEX Express on 2017 is 17.75%, decreased to 15.23% in 2018 and dropped to 10.31% in 2019. However, for Tiong Logistics on 27 for operating profit margin is 70.46%, decreased to 7.9% and dropped down to 1.87% in 2019. So for vertical analysis, according to the graph, shows that two companies are maintained profit in each year, but Tiong Logistics Holding Berhad operating income was fall in 2018, which is 51,177 ringgit, and 2019 is 11,037 ringgit, which a large gap with 2017, which is 100,094 ringgit. Subsequently, there are only GDEX Express Berhad had an operating profit margin higher than 10% in 2019, which is certainly there are only GDEX Express had an operating profit margin higher than 10% in 2019, which would have outperformed the overall market. So, the conclusion is we had analysis for GDEX Express and Tiong Logistics Tindahan Berhad financial statement from 2017 until 2019 with using horizontal and vertical analysis. Next, according to practice, also differ widely among GDEX Express and Tiong Logistics Holding Berhad as it made different analysis result. Last but not least, both companies can get to improve their logistic management after make a analysis annually. I think that's all. Thank you.